How we begin. Wonderful. Hello, hello, hello. My name's Dennis. That's my crime is also my punishment. Speaking of punishment, the Tomb of the Abomination, our Tomb of Annihilation homebrew, episode 3 of City on the Edge. When last we left off, our heroes, victims, it's debatable. Basically, our party made their way out of Malars Throat, a canyon in the southern part of Port Nyanzaru. They met with a tabaxi druid by the name of Screaming Wind, who offered to, give them a little bit of shelter from the local guards in returns for a small favor, helping investigate a series of Pterrorfolk attacks. Literally giant anthropomorphic pterodactyls swooping in and attacking people. The vines and the underbrush of the jungle have recently been, growing thicker and thicker in the southernmost edge of the canyon. And various, homes and people have been slowly swallowed up. And so people have been sent out to figure out what the hell is going on. Nobody has come back. Will you join them? We will see. Actually, we will say at least one person is going to make their way back because you let him go. The Tabaxi gentleman who you saved while his elven associate was folded like a sandwich by some rather nasty vine creatures. The forest itself come to life to attack you. But now we find ourselves in the middle of a rather interesting situation involving a group of frog-like creatures, all animated and jumping up and down around a... Yep.
Sorry, continue.
No, it's okay. We can hear you. But yeah, basically a group of frog-like creatures that are in a small pond on top of this hill. There is a outlook where the trees have kind of disappeared, and you were all for the most part, most of you were stealthed. The two kobolds were stealthed. Lucy and Bucket. I think you sort of stepped back away from the edge of the water as these frog-like creatures were sort of beckoning towards you. Before we had wrapped up, however, Tertra, you had cast Comprehend Languages, and so while Tarth had made himself known and was making a play, as in, these are mine, back off to the toad creatures. However, you would understand that they were muttering to each other and saying, "Don't worry, just act scared. That's right. Get a little closer. Come on, stupid. Just a little closer." And that is where we continue our tale. What do you do?
Well, Tarth continues to move forward. I could say, wait.
No, he's just up there.
Okay, well, if you move, I'm gonna, don't. Wait. They're up to something.
The creatures sort of look over to where you've put your hand up. You're basically visual now. And they're saying, "Oh, look, more. Oh, a pink one. That's cute. Come, come, come. See, witness the treasure."
Which one said it? I just flip him off.
Actually, pink. The pink one here.
If he sees me, I'm just gonna flip him off.
Give me a perception check, if you'd be so kind, Tertra, since you're looking at this one specifically. And you're the only one who can actually understand what it's murmuring to its friends. A 6? Okay. As a group, they seem to spread out and back off a little bit. Is there anything that anyone wishes to do in the next 6 seconds?
Tarth is going to start backing off.
Okay. I would like everyone to roll initiative as... in fact, bear with me a moment and let me select everyone and then we can roll initiative. Because they are, unfortunately for them, you did not take the bait.
Fuck. It's not a 1.
That is a holy shit! That is a good roll. That is a really good
20s.
roll. So
I'm not the only one
let's
who got a nat 20.
yeah. So let's just get the jungle combat music.
What's up with these
Oh,
initiative
that was
rolls,
right in my
everybody?
ear.
Oh, was that a little bit too loud for you?
No, it's just, it sounded like it was right behind me and it freaked me out slightly.
Oh no, that's a shame. But yeah,
I
Tertra,
mean, it successfully did what it was supposed to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I assumed that was the
Yes.
idea.
so
What now?
I have very good surround sound on these headphones.
yeah, the music from Sirenscape probably freaked you out a little bit. Okay, for some strange reason, all the Grung have an initiative of 0. Why? Oh, for crying out loud.
We'll take it.
Yeah, I'm sure you will, but no. I'm sure you will take their initiative of 0. Oh, roll 20.
So you just pull out a d20 and roll it yourself.
You know what? I think I'm gonna do that. So, because it is taking forever for their
Let's get my
sheets.
dice out.
Oh,
Turn
yes.
order twice.
Yes, my fancy tiger dice.
Also,
Mm-hmm.
Bucket of Bolts has 2 initiatives in there. Need a erase to the 0.
Okay. Yeah. Don't worry. I'm going
I'm also
to.
seeing 2 sets in there.
Yeah. There's 2 Tarths. Don't worry. I'm deleting Tarth number 2. I'm deleting Specky. Specky's too powerful for you guys to handle. Let's
Specky
see.
does not interfere with the affairs of mortals.
Indeed, he does not. So, Bucket, are you? What was Bucket's initiative?
19.
19. Okay.
Oh, no,
That's. Uh-huh.
they're on the. They were already on. They had 2 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, now
So,
if you scroll down, there's 2 of them.
2 of who?
Bucket.
Oh my gosh, there are 2 buckets. What the fuck? Okay. There we go. There we go.
This is a bucket.
Does that mean it's double bucketed?
Dear God.
No, it's the
There's
bolts in the
more.
bucket.
No.
They have a different turn order.
Okay. So I'm just going to start typing numbers in here. That's that. That's that. I'm not going to bother with adding their modifiers because if Roll20 doesn't seem to think they need a modifier, then they're not going to get one. So that was that. And how about that again? That was a 1. That is awesome. Then that. Really? And then you... I think everybody is in the turn order now. So... let us start off. Unfortunately, because they do get a surprise round, we are going to go with... Orange! Orange is going to go first. He is going to move into a more useful position. In fact, I think... Oh, by the way, Sephir, you moved back... Yeah, no, you moved back before... Yeah. Okay, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20. Because they can only move 25. Actually, yeah, let's just make this a movement thing. 5, 10, 15, 20... Okay, they just want to give you a hug. They just want to give you a big, big hug. 5,
With
10,
fingernails.
15, 20, 25, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10,
Shake
15, 20,
hands.
25.
Brother's got a hug.
5, 10, 15,
Feel the wrath of the pet brush. Come here.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, and this one is going to be... Yeah, clearly these guys are the bigger threats. So, yeah, they are just going to use their entire round tracking, basically trying to get up to you guys. Where did the initiative turn go? There we go, there we go. So let's just cycle through this real quick. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. And last but not least, Tetra, it is now your turn. At the top of the round, what would you like to do, young man? Do we have a cream?
Oh, I was muted. Ping again. Okay. The orange frog.
The orange
I'm gonna
frog.
charm person.
Okay, roll it.
There's the thing.
Okay, so it's going to be a DC 12 wisdom save. How does a nat 20 sound? So, that unfortunately did not work.
Oh my god, somehow I selected the artificer list. Alright, well luckily I don't need to actually give you the description, because we all know how it works.
Yeah. Well, yeah, unfortunately, the entity rolled a nat 20, so that did not land, unfortunately. Do you have any bonus actions or anything along the line?
I'm just going to move to support Lucy and Bolts in giving pack tactics.
Okay,
Because-
yes.
That I know I could do.
Pack tactics are going to be very useful in this combat. Next up, speaking of other kobolds, Lucy, you are currently atop a large bucket, and there are some very angry little green things hissing and clawing at you guys. What would you like to do?
I want to bonk the pink one over the head with my staff.
With your staff. Okay, roll me an attack, please. A 17, that is gonna hit. Roll me some damage, please.
Well, you can use Bardic Inspiration as a bonus. Oh, I should actually look at the character sheet again.
So, I'm assuming I'll
I-
allow you, because you didn't declare whether it was one or two. You need one hand to hold on, so we'll give you the larger amount of damage, and it was 4.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. You do that amount of damage, and it looks rather hurt and annoyed. Any bonus actions? Any other actions you'd like to do?
Sorry, hold on. No, I'm good.
Not a problem. Next up is going to be Orange. And he's glad you didn't say banana. Orange is going to take some attacks at, let's say Tarth. Tarth, I would like you to tell me... Oh, well, I've actually not got this on Whisper. Does a 17 hit you?
Yes, it does.
Okay, that is 3 piercing, and let me just double check the rules in regards to this poison. Yeah, it looks like the weapons are poison, so there is no save to make. Take 5 poison damage, please, sir.
Okay.
Let me just double check that again. I know they have poison skin, but I don't think You know what? No, I'll be reasonable. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Damn it, wrong one.
Yeah, you know what? You can take back the 5 poison damage you made your save there. I want to be reasonable. So, next up, buckets.
Hey.
You're in a target-rich environment.
Target-rich environment.
Mm.
He's going to turn around, right around, and he is going to use his 2-weapon fighting on this little Grung here. So advantage with pack tactics. So I'm assuming 10 doesn't hit.
10 actually does not hit. They're very
Has a little
nimble.
dagger. 15.
A 15 will hit. So which colour were you going for?
Red.
You were going for red. Okay, so that's going to be 4 points of piercing damage to red. He croaks a little, but not all the way.
That was bad.
I know. I felt bad saying it, but I said it all the same. Anything else?
No, he's gonna make sure Lucy is high out of reach.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about all he can do, really.
Okay, you're going to maintain your position. Next up...
Yeah, I'm not gonna tank all those hits from moving.
Okay. Funnily enough, it is Red's turn, and Red, he's going to leap up and trying to jam his dagger in between, like, the neck plate, assuming you're some kind of armor. Ooh! So that's 23. I'm assuming that does hit.
Excuse me. Yes, it does.
Yes. Would you please give me a Constitution
Excuse
saving
me?
throw? Oh, sorry. You okay there?
If it's against being poisoned, I have advantage.
Then roll it with advantage. Then you take that 4 poison damage, please, and you are considered poisoned.
I am resistant to it, so I only take 2. But still a lot of damage.
Yes, it is. Rhoda! What are you gonna do?
I'll do we should.
So I see you've got basically these guys over, just down here. It is your turn. You've got some rather angry frog people attacking you. What would you like to do?
I mean, they're not attacking me at the moment, so...
I mean, they might leave you alone. They might bake you a cake. You don't know. Anything's possible.
Let's see. I think... Bit dumb, but... Okay, I'm next to that one.
Yes.
I'm not gonna bother to alt. And... I assume that one's the leader, because he's a different color.
Mmm.
And if video game logic has taught me anything, palette swaps usually mean the stronger and leaders.
It's a possibility.
He's a palette swap, he must be stronger.
Either that or he's the baby of the group.
They attack me first, so...
Yeah. An 8, unfortunately, is not, I believe, going to hit. Let me just open up their character sheet, because they are a separate thing. Yeah, an 8 will not hit, I'm afraid.
Actually...
Do you get... Technically, I don't think you would get pack tactics because you're not in 5 feet.
Yeah, I was thinking that myself. I don't think that this... no.
You can make a little step over there without getting the attack of opportunity.
I would allow that. I would allow that. If you want to step there...
Plus, it would stop Tar from being caught in a murder sandwich.
Sandwich. So yeah, I'll allow you to roll again if you want, Rolder.
Oh my god.
That's a better roll. That will hit 5 piercing damage to the baby that was out with the adults for the day.
Ignore that.
Don't worry, I'll ignore that. Anything else you wish to do?
And I believe that's actually. If I use this last time, but yeah, I'll go ahead and give some bardic inspiration to Big Lizard Boy.
Okay, Tarth, I'll give you the. Oh, actually, my screen's not allowing me to. So if you were to give yourself an icon that shows you've got inspiration, that'd be awesome. Okay, good turn. Did some damage there. Next up is going to be Little Grung Blue. Little Grung Blue is going to. Let me see. Because I'm an asshole, I'm going to try and... he's just going to drop his dagger, and he's going to try and leap onto Tarth and give him a hug. So... Okay.
Because why you would need to roll anything for a -1.
No. No, and normally, I don't know, would I fudge that roll? No, I'm actually really glad it's there for everyone to see. I'll say this, Tarth, how do you want to rebuke the advancements of this slimy little boy?
He just emits a loud hiss.
You know what, just roll me an intimidation check just for the fun of it.
Intimidation.
Okay. That guy is now considered afraid, and he is going to use his entire movement. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Take a swipe.
You may, you absolutely may.
Okay, so that's 5 bucks.
Pop, pop. And 11 is not going to hit. He just like... And he looks like he is cowering away over there. Next up is going to be Greenie, the meanie. And, who are we going for? Yeah, Greenie is actually going to step forward. And they're going to try and take... they're going to stab Rolder. So, use their dagger. 17, my dear.
Yeah.
Okay. First, so you take the piercing damage automatically, but please give me a Constitution saving throw. Yeah, that's brilliant. That was the DC you needed to meet. You actually save against the poison. So you only take 4 piercing. Fortunately, you managed to avoid the 6 poison damage. Tarth. Target rich environment.
He sees which way the wind is blowing, and he's going to look to his left and swing at green.
Okay. I would say this actually, because of pack tactics, we'll take the 24.
Okay, so I get another attack.
Yeah, so that's an 11 and 11 slashing and 1 fire. I'll say this first of all. Stop! He's already dead. You basically bisect green with your first slash.
And then he's looking at the one beneath him, which is blue, I believe.
I think that's orange. Blue
Orange,
ran
yeah.
away. Abadi
Orange,
abadi.
yeah. He's just going to swing at orange.
A 19 will also hit for 9 slashing and 3 fire. Okay. Yeah. For the briefest of moments, I thought this might have been a combat I thought we might have had a chance in combat. Yeah.
All I can say is spinning cyclone of death.
Yeah. I'd say this, Rolder, you might have to dip in that pool afterwards to get some of this blood out of your beautiful dancer's garments. Next up, it is Pink, not realizing how doomed...
Oh, 1 second. Can I use my movement?
Oh, yes, I'm so sorry. You absolutely can.
Right, he is going to be sensible. And move his position behind Pink.
Okay. Alright, so you went that direction. Sure. Next up is going to be Pink, actually. He was about to attack Tertra. You know what, let's just do a quick perception check, because why not? Perception. I don't see option for perception, let's call it... Nope. Didn't notice you, so let's just do a stabby at the little pink boy. So...
Oh no!
That's, aren't you glad when the DM rolls in the open? That's, 8 piercing damage to Tertra. And, Tertra, can I please get a Constitution save? Yeah, that's some damage. That's also 9 poison damage, and you are considered poisoned.
How much damage total is that?
That is 8 piercing and 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That is 17.
I am at -1.
Okay. Tertra goes down. We'll get to the death saves in the next round. Meanwhile, this guy looks a little bit relieved that Tarth has disappeared. Looks like he's about to Scarper, and instead he is going to take a swing at... actually, no. I think he is going to use his action to cast Barkskin on himself, increasing his
AC.
his AC. And does he have bonus actions? He does not have bonus actions. But yeah, he is just going to basically hiss, and there's almost like this really creepy guttural laugh as he sort of like mimes cutting the throat at Rolder. Next up is going to be this purple grung here. Purple is going to dagger. Does a 12 hit bucket?
It does not.
Okay, that is fortunate. Tertra, death saving throw, please.
Is that on the character sheet, or is that just... Oh,
It is literally... Basically, it's just a...
Oh, there's a button for it.
That is failure number 1. So, Mark, I think, yeah, that is your first fail. Lucy, one of your pink friends has fallen down. Most of the frog people have also gone down as well. What is your priority in this moment?
Which one? Attack Pink.
You want to attack Pink? Okay, how do you want to attack Pink? Are you going to bonk it again?
I'm gonna do Primal Savagery because it hurt my friend and I'm upset.
Okay, so you use once again Primal Savagery. Your claws and your natural kobold fangs get even larger, and you are going to go feral on this motherfucker. Roll me some dice, please. Okay, that hits. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Roll me the damage, please. 6 acid damage to Pink. Okay. Yeah, basically Lucy is now on top of this thing, just like going... This...
Version of rage.
Yeah, it is looking rather spooked, and it's rethinking its life choices. What few life choices it's going to have left. Any bonus actions?
Let me just see again. No, no.
Not a problem. So, next up is going to be Dead. Next up is going to be Buckets. Your the asset you are supposed to protect seems to be taking care of herself. What do you do? Your friend, though, behind you, not so much. I think Nicola is muted again.
Dang it! Sorry. Alright. So Lucy's going to town on this one, yeah?
Lucy is currently doing a very good impression of Tarth and trying to eat the fucker.
Okay, then Bucket's going to turn around and focus back on Red again.
Okay, roll me some hits.
Yeah, you know what? We'll stay in melee so I can use my pack attack's advantage. 19!
Yeah, that is going to do 7 points. Red is looking very, very, very badly hurt.
And then I'll just have to use my 2-weapon fighting and stab him again, won't I?
Yeah, that is one dead frog. Zotalo. He's... I don't know what I was doing there. He's gone. He's out. So, any movement?
I'm going to assume you went to Frog's Leg,
Yes.
which is a traditionally French dish,
Yeah.
and then it kind of cascaded from there.
Yeah.
That would go.
But that is your turn, unless you wish to move or do anything else.
No, he's going to chill here.
Okay. Next up is the red boy who is now dead, Rhoda. Just Red Dead Frog. Just for the fun of it, before you give me your action, give me a perception check, please.
I mean, I probably would have heard my mage go down, but you know, it's just.
I'm resisting, but I would say you actually did. You actually did hear Tetra sort of, gasp and struggle, and while you are engaged with the pallet swap Grung, you do realise that they've gone down. I also notice you have chosen the path of Thunderwave. Where would you like to put you clicked Thunderwave on your sheet.
I know.
Okay, he knows. Where would you like it to be?
Right on me, pushing this fucker back.
Okay, so let me show spell description. He needs to make a spell save of 12. Constitution save. Okay, let us see what he can do. Constitution. That is a fail, so 10 feet back. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. And
then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
okay.
This is why we don't let Icy have spells. He's
Yes.
devastating.
Yes, yes, he is. I love it. And that was 12 damage as well to that creature. Okay. So, that was your action. Do you have any bonus actions that may help your dear partner?
Well, I mean,
I was going to say, do you have Healing Word as a bard, or is that a...
have Cure Wounds. And provided the dice don't fuck with me.
Yeah. And that one would be really bad.
Stupid question. Is a death saving throw considered a saving throw?
How? Please explain the logic. Please explain the logic.
Bardic Inspiration. I'm wondering because it just says like works for ability checks, attack rolls, or saving throws it makes.
Ah, I see what you're saying there.
I'm just wondering. I'm not saying they would know or that anybody would know.
I would say this, when it comes to death saves, I think it's more risky and more pure to let them just be as they are, their own little thing. But I understand why you would ask that, yeah. I don't know. I leave that to the vote of the council, like Nicola, Icy, and Sephi. Do you think that in this moment we should allow inspiration for death saving throws?
Yes.
I would say yeah.
That's a 2?
Yeah.
Let them have the D4.
You know, yes. So your death saving throw was... Where was it now? Was it 9? Or 6? Or what was it? Let's
That was
scroll
a 10 with... Alright. I was going to say, does this mean Cream has to spend the next couple of years inside of a diamond floating through space?
Bit of an obscure one there, mate. But no. Where was the death save? Intimidation.
It doesn't matter because I don't have any inspiration on me yet, anyway.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you did
I
have
was just
some.
wondering.
Ah, okay. Good. Okay, well, we have decided now in
Give
future.
him some bardic inspiration.
Yeah. I think right now he'd much prefer healing, but yeah.
Well,
But-
I mean, the whole reason I'm over here is I'm getting set up. As long as he doesn't get a fat 1.
Yeah. That would suck. Speaking of sucking, Blue, what is your range? Good. Okay, he is going to take a shot at the really, really scary person with his short bow. Tell me, Toth, did that hit?
No, it did not.
Of course it didn't. He is going to keep moving then. That is going to be 5, 10, 15, 20, 12. Just like, and again, these aren't hop running. These are just hopping along.
He doesn't even have a name tag. He's got no chance.
Neither did Graz, and look what happened with Graz. Tarth, it is your turn.
Taff is going to see the situation here is in hand. Going to sidestep a little. He's not going to risk an attack of opportunity. He's going to swing at purple first.
A 7 is not going to hit.
I've not rolled anything yet.
Oh my! I'm so sorry. I misread
you who
the
rolled
chat.
that.
Yeah, no. There. Again, a 7 is not going to hit. A 20, on the other hand, is going to bisect the fucker.
So that's 7 points of damage. Is purple still up?
He had exactly 7 hit points.
Then, in that case, he's going to look to one currently being attacked by Lucy and take another swing.
A 9. Technically, pack tactics. So roll again with it. Yeah. 19 will hit. So let me just get. Yeah. So how would you like to describe? Because again, Lucy is on top of this guy and she's clawing and chewing into him. How do you basically not hit her?
Basically, he's going to kind of kick it upwards with his foot and then just slam the axe up into his back and pull it away before it hits Lucy.
Okay, fair enough. Next up... Oh, any movement?
I think No, he doesn't need to move.
Okay. Fortunately enough, even though it's this guy's turn, you just killed him. This guy, however, their leader, he is getting a little bit tired of you guys, and I think he is going to use... Let's double check. What does this do? That is absolutely useless. Okay. What does this do? What's the point of getting a spellcaster that doesn't have any freaking... You know what? Okay. Short bow attack on Tarth again. Does a 21 hit you?
That will hit.
Okay, take the 7 piercing. Did you already take the poison damage earlier?
No, I did not.
Give me another
You-
Constitution saving throw, please.
Come on.
You are able to shrug off the poison and only take the 7 damage. He seems very annoyed, and he is going to start hopping 5, 10, 15, 20. And he is
People
going
say
to
he's
hop.
hopping mad.
Yes! Yes, he is. And he is going to try and take partial cover behind this stone dais. Next up, dead. Next up, death saving throw. Please don't roll the 1. I'm going to feel really bad. That's 1 success. That is 1 success. Okay. Next
And I
up.
didn't even have the inspiration dice to it, but
Yeah. Next up, Lucy. Your meal has stopped squirming. What would you like to do?
Well, because I'm a dumbass, I would like to use. I forgot I had it. Can I use healing word?
Absolutely, absolutely. Is there any flavour you want to give to this? What word do you use to heal him?
I don't know.
Okay, well, regardless, yeah.
Peanut butter squash, and then I do it.
Heck yes. I love it. No, that's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, so do you want to roll how many hit points he has, or is it just 1? He just comes back with 1.
Usually we rule it as it adds to whatever. It counts from 0, so it'll heal for.
Okay, so just roll us a d4 if you'd be so kind. Okay, Tertra, you wake up a little bit
Just to
bloody.
point out, Megan, what's your spellcasting modifier?
+2.
Okay,
That'd be
then
4 then.
4. You wake up with 4 hit points.
here's a question: am I still poisoned?
Because I'm a bastard, yes. That's
Do I
going
make
to be
my
a long rest.
Constitution check right away.
It's not an ongoing. It's not like a 4th edition. Poisoned means the poison condition in 5th edition means that you're not taking damage over time. It means that you're feeling a bit unwell and you get disadvantage on all attacks and skill checks, not including death saves, because that's dickish. What do you think this is? Tomb of Annihilation or something?
Huh.
But for the moment, you're good. You're still poisoned, but you're not taking any further damage. This character is now dead. This character is now Bucket. What would you like to do, Bucket? You still have at least 2 combatants.
See this guy. Where's the... Oh, there he is down there. I had to move my map.
Yes. That's how far away he's gone.
He's actively fleeing, right?
He seems to be actively fleeing Tarth. That is a nat 1.
I don't get pack tactics, do you?
For ranged attacks,
for
I don't
ranged.
know. No.
Alright. Bucket holds out his hands to fire, and then it's just a little,
Yeah.
like a car stalling noise and just a puff of steam.
Might need to tighten those gears a little bit. Anything else you want to do? Any movements or anything?
The damp air is unhelpful.
It is very humid.
Little guy's up and running again, yeah?
Yep. Tertra is back on his feet. He still looks really rough, but he's alive.
And sadly, I have no healing. Do I have any potions? Could have sworn I had a potion. Nope, that's a pitten. Never mind. 5, 10, 15.
I just had a mental image of you turning around and just stabbing him in the shoulder with your piton, you know, like it's a hypodermic. It's like a computing error.
Oops,
404.
that's not the stim pack.
Okay. So...
Yeah, I'm just gonna move down here. And do I have any bonus actions I could use here? I do not. So yeah, that's me.
Okay. Next up, dead. Next up, Roller.
Okay. I did not. I have no idea.
So there are 2 Grung remaining. So you give 7 points of healing to Tertra.
Yep.
Anything else?
That's all I got.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you wanted to, you know, move or reposition or anything like that. Any bonus actions? I know. Level 2.
I don't have any bonus actions. What do you think I am, a fighter?
Fire again.
So, speaking of firing, let's say, Bucket, you are going to take a dagger to the head from this guy. That was a 17. Does a 17 hit?
Wait, which guy?
The blue boy.
That should have disadvantage applied to it because it's over 30 feet.
Let me just check that. Yes, it should. So that was a 7. Thank you. No, thank you for keeping me honest. I appreciate that, yeah. So, yeah, 7 misses. He's just going to croak in alarm. Yeah, he croaks in alarm. And 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You can sort of see these two having a bit of a croaky conversation, and I'd say, unfortunately, because you were knocked out, Tertra, your comprehend languages isn't working. Well, they do seem to be having an intense discussion. This guy doesn't exist anymore. This guy is Tarth. What would you like to do, Tarth?
Quick assessment of the situation. He's not going to go into the water. Position himself there. Let one of his actually no, he's going to let his axes uncharge. And he's going to straight up blow going orange.
Orange? Orange is dead.
No, the orange frog.
Oh, I got you. Blowgun, yes, a 13. I believe with their see, that's unfortunate. Their armor class is not 13 anymore.
Damn.
Because of the bark skin. So it literally just catches the blow dart and just like you just see it like crunch it up. And, you know, just rub it against the side of the basin. In fact, okay. I would say at the end of your turn, you notice it kind of...
Case...
You can mark a creature within 30 feet of you. Okay. Good to know. He is now marked.
Tarth just hisses and... what appears to be a symbol of an unknown god appears in front of his face.
Okay. How would you describe this unknown symbol?
It is a fire with what appears to be a serpent's tail and rainbow wings.
Okay. Good to know. Okay.
Is that acceptable?
That is very acceptable, yes. Next up, this little fella is dead. This guy, however, he is not dead. He is going to grab the pendant from the dais, and he is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20. He's actually going to move right up to you. I would like, if you bear with me just one moment, children. Fortunately, Bucket is just out of range of the effect. This Grung is going to hold up the talisman and is going to look right to you, Tarth, and is going to start muttering words. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Uh-oh.
Okay. 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 Next up. This guy's dead. I said that guy's dead. Next up is Tertra. What would you like to do?
What's the range on Bardic Inspiration? Is there a range on it?
I think that. I think it's anyone you can see. Actually, it might be. There might be a range.
What's the spell?
Bardic
Bardic
Inspiration.
Inspiration?
Oh, yeah, it's anyone you can see.
Alright, well then...
Might be 60.
There's no enemies around us, everything's dead, right?
The two things that are currently active, the orange Grung, the one with the palette swap, has walked right up to Tarth looking very confident. It's waving the weird talisman, the weird half-moon talisman that was on the dais. And it's just almost like back and forth, muttering to itself, just staring him down. And then there's another one at the very, very edge of the arena trying to take pot shots at you all.
Might sound like the dumbest thing ever, but...
We love dumb here. Go on.
Am I
They have to
30
be
feet
within
from this?
60.
Can I use Mage Hands to slap the amulet out of his hands?
Okay, give me, let's call this an opposed, I want to say an opposed strength check. I know Mage Hand is kind of a spell, but just for the flavour, I'm going to roll a strength check, you roll a strength check, and we'll see who wins. Deal?
Sure.
Okay.
I failed.
Are you sure about that? Yes, yes you did. You see, yeah, you see it kind of like tugs on it. It's like... Looks very annoyed. But it's still
Alright,
holding
well-
on to the amulet.
Bardic Inspiration to Tarth, and that's about all I got.
I've
Okay.
already got one.
Oh, well... Bucket then.
Hooray!
Okay, Bucket, give yourself a symbol that reminds you that you have inspiration, okay?
Okay.
That's
Okie
right,
dokie.
I want to be inspired.
That's all I got.
Next up,
Not a combat character.
it's gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine.
Well, clearly I lived.
I lived, bitch! So,
I got a thing for this. In the Discord.
okay. While you're putting your thing in the Discord, kinky lad, Lucy, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I love how both of us went, I lived, bitch, at the same time.
What would you like to do, Lucy, my dear? I'm not hearing you, honey. Are you okay over there?
Can you hear me?
Ah, we can hear you now, yes.
Okay. Now I think I'm gonna move up to. Well, hold on. Let me see. Alright, I'm kind of slow.
So at the moment, there are only two combatants. There's this guy over here who's face to face with Tarth, and the blue one that's all the way at the other end of the map.
Okay, I want to move up to the one next to Tarth.
Okay, what's your movement speed?
It is 30 feet.
30 feet, then you can get right. Oh, you can get anywhere you want.
Oh, okay.
Okay. As you get within the radius of the Grung and the amulet, I need Lucy to make a wisdom saving throw with advantage. Okay. Next up, this guy is dead, so it is Bucket's turn. What would you like to do, Bucket?
Okay. Is Tarth looking like he's getting enthralled by this little creature chanting?
You know, in the heat of the moment, time is kind of a weird soup. You can't really tell. You could take your turn to do a perception check and find out.
Too risky. 1, 2, 3, 4. Clump, 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 clump. Slashy, slashy, bitch.
Okay, give me some slashy slashy. A 10 is actually not going to hit. A 22 on the other hand is going to hit. That's going to be 5 piercing damage to this little grungy bastard. Okay. Anything else?
No, that's me.
One last thing. As you, I would allow the attack, but now I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw as you are within range of the artifact.
Ah, shit. I should have thought of that, shouldn't I?
Maybe. Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
Nope.
Pack Tactics does not work against Eldritch artifacts, so...
That was worth a try.
Hold on.
I'm holding on.
It's not really to smell, is it?
It is nothing to do with smell.
Because as a squirrel, I get advantage of my wisdom saves relating to smell. I'm not even joking.
I
that's
believe
a thing.
you. I believe you. I think that's wonderful, but bless you. I'm sorry to say that no, that did not help you in this instance. Rhoda! My dude, what would you like to do? 3 of your friends have come up to this Grung, waving the medallion around. It looks very confident. What would you like to do? All its friends are dead, but it still looks very confident, so... take that as you will.
Alright, well, how do they all look?
Your friends? Give me a percent. You know, I was being mean earlier to Nicola, but no, it's a, call it a free action. No, I was being mean there, I apologise. So you can have a perception check if you want to see who, if anyone, has been charmed by this creature.
Oh, I see how it is.
I'm sorry.
I'm not, I'm not so much seeing who's charmed. I'm seeing how they are physically.
Oh, okay. No, then you don't need to roll or anything for that. If you guys want to say if you need healing or not, you're more than welcome.
Tarf's looking a bit beat up, but otherwise serviceable.
I'm much better than I was moments ago. I'm on 11 out of 16 now.
I think I'm good.
So I think Tarth is the only one who could do with a little pep.
I think snoring in your sound effects.
Possibly. It's a bunch of different frog sounds. You may thank Sirenscape for that.
Going to take a chance here.
Okay.
And hang on.
I'll let you do your action first, and then I'll have you roll. Because that's what I've done for other people.
Actually, I don't think I can do it from here. Or maybe even here, because I
Okay.
have a spell range of 5 feet
Mm-hmm.
for what I want to do.
Okay.
So, I mean that.
Well, a range of 5
This-
feet means... Okay, go on, yeah.
This here would be 5 feet.
Yes.
So. Go ahead. Do
A thunderclap.
thunderclap.
Okay, so is this, let me just say, a thunderclap is each creature within range. Is this a line? I'm not seeing where it says...
It's not a line, it's 100 feet within range. It's everywhere.
Oh. Okay.
He's literally clapping his hands together, and anything in 100 feet takes damage.
So literally everyone in the group. Okay, we can do
No,
that.
it can be heard up to 100 feet away.
Ah.
Yeah.
The range is 5 feet, so directly in front of you.
Okay, and so... Alright then. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Or do you want to...
I mean, write it.
I was
Right
going to
then.
say, if you were to step 5 feet diagonally forward, you would actually damage the Grung. If it didn't save against it.
Go
So,
roll.
I mean, this is the question. I will say this. I see what you're trying to do in regards to waking people up from like any sort of spell or whatever. Is that what you want to do?
That and break the concentration of the creature.
Okay.
So if I have to be there, I'll move. I'll say
Yeah,
I'll move there,
I
'cause
would
that
say
is
you
max movement.
to do the damage. Yes. So okay, that's fine. So yeah, I would like. Yeah, yeah. So Tarth and Lucy. Oh, I didn't even think that they're going to be in the range. So I see what you're talking about now. Okay, it's your call. If you want to do damage to Tarth, Lucy, and the Grung, we can do that. Or we can just try to see if people who have been charmed can snap out of it. It is your call.
It's not a cone. It can be done directly in front.
Oh, in that case, fuck it. Yeah, okay, yeah, that works. That absolutely works. Cool. He needs to make a spell save DC of a Constitution saving throw. And that is a 5. Okay, so, yeah. Bucket,
Yeah.
you felt something very wrong in your little meat brain. You felt like you were surrounded suddenly by enemies and needed to protect your friend. But then you heard a very loud bang, and you are yourself again. Meanwhile, he needs to take 5 damage. And he is starting to look, a little more badly hurt, and a little less confident. So, well done, Roller. Well done indeed. Shit. Okay. This guy, I would say... He's just going to book it. He is off into the trees. And he is gone. Tarth.
Okay, he is going to strike with his axe that's turned off first. 13.
A 13 is not going to hit.
Then the lit axe. God damn it.
You do have advantage. Advantage, yeah.
Oh, yep. So that was 13, so I will roll again with advantage.
Yeah. You are, I will say this, you are trying to, yes, you hit him. With that amount of damage, like they say on that other show, how do this you want?
I have 3 words. Violence breeds violence.
Okay.
He just goes to town, slamming his axes into it.
Okay. Rolder, I kind of made it as a joke before, but this time I am absolutely serious. You may need to take a bath before you are seen in the city again, because your clothes are now covered in grung, gore, and ichor. I would say this actually, just for the fun of it, can I would say both Lucy, Tarth, and Rolder, because you are up close to this little meat pasty. Actually, and Lucy, I need you to roll this twice because you were grappling with one of the grung earlier. I need you, all three of you, to make Constitution saving throws. Lucy, you do yours with disadvantage.
Okay.
Oh, you said I had to make one?
Yes, because you are in the splash zone of all the gore. Okay. And one from Tarth as well, please. Constitution saving throw. Because you are drenching yourself in this little creature's innards. 11. Tarth, you lose yourself to the music the moment you own it. You never ever let it go. But unfortunately, because you don't let it go, you are now poisoned. Any one of you who has been poisoned until you get a long rest. I would actually say this, maybe a short rest. We'll call it a short rest. You are going to have disadvantage on all your checks. So that would be both Tarth and I think it was Tertra. The rest of you are fine. And currently in one bark-covered hand, because there literally is just a hand there, you all see this weird silver half-moon medallion. What would you like to do?
Well, obviously we're not going to touch it.
Bucket's gonna ritual cast Identify.
Identify.
Identify what? Just identify?
Yeah. Once you cast that.
I'm also. Well, you cast that, I'll also cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
So we have both running.
Okay. Let the Dungeon Master pick up some information from his notes real quick, because I want to give you all the right information here. Interesting. At the moment, you're looking at this this amulet. You detect a very odd but noticeable magical aura about it. You can't really discern a particular school. Possibly conjuration. I would say this because the Dungeon Master doesn't remember all the different schools of magic. This seems to be something that is focused on the manipulation of the mind. You don't know much more, but it does seem to be designed to bewitch and confuse and manipulate the minds of those around it.
Hey. Were these little guys wearing clothes?
They had loincloths on, and there were pouches. They did have, like, one of them had like a bandolier of daggers that they were throwing at you.
Bucket is going to take one of their little pouches, dump it out on the ground, and then, trying not to touch it, he's going to, like, inside out the pouch, grab it, put it in the pouch.
Give me a dex.
Use Mage Hands to help her with that.
Oh yeah. With Mage, if you can see what she's doing, then absolutely you will be able to do that, no problem.
Yeah.
Hey, you could probably interrupt Bucket and be like, "Hey, let me do this."
Yeah.
So you'll hold the little pouch open for you.
Exactly. Teamwork.
So.
And then I'm going to drop it into the bag of holding.
I would say this, as you're poking through the remains, just give me a basic investigation check, if you'd be so kind.
That many.
21. Yeah, that's a lot, actually. Funnily enough, you do get 21 things. You get 20 gold pieces from, basically 20 gold pieces worth of stuff from the Grung. But the leader, with a palette swap, you notice that it had in its pouch, there was a Jade Ring. As in an actual ring that had been sculpted out of jade in the shape of a snake.
Okay.
It might be worth something, you're not sure. Yes?
Does this shoe anything up on the detect magic spell?
It is not magical in any way. It's not enchanted or whatever. It just seems to be a nice looking jade snake ring. And I would say this, if you want, just in brackets next to it, it's worth 20 gold just for the ring. If you were to sell it.
Could we class this as a short rest or not?
I would allow this.
Okay.
Yes.
Divvying up the money, we get 4 gold and 2 silver pieces each.
Okay.
How
So,
much?
4 gold and 2 silver pieces. It's in the chat there if you need it.
2 gold, 4 silver.
No, other way around. 4 gold, 2 silver.
Okay.
so
And it was a gold jade ring.
Just one moment, please. Use it.
as you are spending some time lurking... Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I want to hear this first of all. So, what are you making, Tarth?
Tarth basically takes the femurs from a couple of the frogs and carves out some new darts to replenish the supply.
Delicious and terrifying. I would say, as you guys are spending some time and you're trying to like lick your wounds and restore some hit dice and everything, you notice that there was, while this was a clearing on top of the hill and everything, you kind of notice that the vines and everything that had been, you know, surrounding the path leading up here are starting to wither and blacken. The trees that looked a little bit sickly and a little bit dangerous, they seem to be a little greener, a little bit healthier looking. Lucy, with your druidic nature, I would say you notice most of the vines would be snaking, that are withering away, had merged with the undergrowth, and they were all converging on this pool and the dais. And I would say you're more than welcome to give me a investigation check or something if you want to try and put two and two together. Yeah. You don't know the details of whatever this artifact is or what the Grung were doing with it, but by removing it, or at least by destroying the Grung, it looks like whatever taint has been put on the nature around here has died off.
Quick question, is anything happening to Bolt? Say go underwater?
As you go into the water, give me a... I'd say, Bolt, give me a intelligence check, if you'd be so kind. Just a check.
Sure. Hi, kitten. Can I help you? Oh, what with the nat ones tonight?
As I would say, you get up to
That's
the
supposed to be
dais.
mine.
Yeah. I know, right? Oh, hey, well, you nearly died. There you go. How's that? There you go.
Also, bucket, not bolt.
Bucket, my apologies.
Sorry.
So,
Bolt
Bucket,
is the verb.
yes. We have so many characters. And they're all
Some
wonderful.
bolts, so
But yeah, no. So, as you are investigating the dais, it looks old. You're not too sure. You're not. You have done some research on in your studies of trying to improve and fix not only your automaton shell but also your current situation. So you've got a few little bits of, history, nature, arcane study, a little bit of everything under your belt. You don't really recognize much about the design of this dais, the location you're in, other than it is old. It is very old. But as you stood there musing, or rather you're sat in your little control chair as your automaton shell stands there, you realize that there is a slight acrid burning smell as you look down and realize that your waterproofing has been damaged and your entire lower shell is flooded.
No.
Taff is going to examine the symbols on this dais to try and identify any god it's connected to.
Give me a religion check. Do you speak Celestial?
He does not.
He does not.
Common and Draconic.
Draconic? Draconic. So, do you speak Common and Draconic? Was there anything else you were...
No, just Common and Draconic.
I see. You see some angular markings. I would say, given your relationship to the organization you work for and everything, you at least recognize celestial markings, but you couldn't really translate them. This is an old dais. But then, as what little you understand of Chult is a very, very old country with many ruins from a long time ago.
No good. Cannot read Celestial.
Nope. I know Common, Draconic, and Gnomish.
I apologize. My specialty is in killing gods, not talking with.
Have you killed gods in the past?
No, but that is what I was designed to do. You wondered why. You never wondered why my axes suddenly catch fire.
I assumed it was some sort of enchantment.
It is in my blood.
Bucket slowly raises his hand and just hovers a little firebolt there.
The mistress came from near this place. Her people enabled themselves to gain powers baked into their blood. She used a particular kind of power with the intent of making me a god killer.
I see. Well, with that in mind, do you think we have solved the issue we came here to resolve? It seems that these pokes to the sky with a sword were causing the issue.
I'm just going to roll a nature check.
Please. 17, yeah. What is it you would like to know exactly?
He's going to basically look around him at the flora, since she said that Lucy noticed.
Yeah. I would say with a 17, you notice pretty much the same as Lucy did. Let's say the corrupting vines, the things that were very aggressive and attacking you, they all seem to spiderweb to this location and this pool, or maybe the dais. But over the past, like, say 15 minutes, however long you've been resting, they stand out more than they did before, because they are now twisted and blackened and dead, whereas before they just seem to be part of the natural underbrush.
Taff is going to indicate the vines. He goes, "These ones were corruptive. Notice that they are dying while the other flora seems to be regaining its health."
Oh, it would appear. Then we have completed our task, I believe.
One final bit of information for you all. As you were looking at the dais, and I forgot to give you this information, there was a small leather pouch to the side, basically on this side, that was half hanging out of the water. Inside, there was a sealed scroll covered in writing that I believe none of you would understand, as it was written in Grung.
Could Taff do an Arcana check to see if it's a spell scroll?
I'd allow that. Not that you're aware of.
This will need to be examined.
I can attempt to identify it.
Wise decision.
Give me 10 minutes. And Pocket shall ritually cast Identify again.
Okay, make sure you're keeping note of your spell slots.
Ritual cast. I sit for 10 minutes and I can do it for free without using a spell cast.
Well, look at you.
Yeah.
All right then.
Yeah.
So I'd say like 10 minutes or so, and this was all part. I'm not making you wait another 10 minutes. So this is all part of the original investigation when you found the ring and everything else. Yeah. No kind of arcane nature. There's no mysterious quality about the paper, although I would say as you're feeling it, it seems like nice but homemade, if that makes sense. This isn't, the normal sort of writing paper you'd get in somewhere like Waterdeep. This seems like
Push paper.
Yeah.
And there's no magical runes or anything inscribed, so it's not a spell scroll?
No. It just seems to be covered in markings that you do not understand.
Honestly, we probably should have just asked Rhonda if this was picking anything up on the detect magic spell. So yeah, Bucket will relay that. It appears to be a letter or a written message. It's not magical. Also, I want to clarify, will mending repair the damage to my water seals?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
it will.
I take it
Peanut
now.
has done that.
Okay. Do any of us here have comprehend languages?
Unfortunately, I do not.
The spell only works on spoken languages, sadly. It particularly says otherwise, yes. That's
Yeah.
what I have. Wait, you can also understand any written language. Oh, I
Oh,
thought
there you are.
literally. Okay, well,
Oh, it's tongues that can only do speech.
Yeah.
But yeah, you should be able to read that if you cast the spell.
Then I shall entrust this to you.
boop.
Okay. Let me get the exact information here then. Powerless gift. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Trying to get the right thing. Play rewards. Potion. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Sorry. Here we go. Okay. It's I would say this, you cast a spell and it kind of comes into focus. It's sort of legible. It's kind of like broken English, or, I mean, it almost feels like English in a way. Like the person who was writing it didn't really understand the language they were trying to translate into. So it takes you a little bit to really follow it at first, but the letter seems to be describing the pendant as a gift that needs to be empowered, a gift of the mother patron. And it says, once the gift has been empowered with sacrifices, it must be delivered to a prince. That's pretty much it.
I wonder if that is a specific prince or any prince.
Given the intent of this one, he kind of nudges his foot towards the pile of giblets that was once a Grung.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it would be one of the local lords of the city.
Maybe the trade prince that Lucy was hanging out with? Would that work?
It's a possibility.
It would make sense.
As we wrap this up and you guys would begin to head back, continuing your conversation, I'd like anybody who wants to give me an intelligence check. Let's see if we can get above a 50. Okay. Okay. So...
This Bucket has like 19 intelligence.
Yeah. So, Bucket... In that whole combat, when the Grung was the spellcasting Grung was using or attempting to use the amulet, you were the only person who, in the moment, seemed to be charmed. The kobolds and the lizard folk did not seem affected.
Perhaps it is because I am a million.
That's pretty much it. So,
Is that a safe assumption to make?
it's an
That's because-
assumption.
It's a pity that there are no seas nearby.
Why would you need a sea?
Good point. We do not know what is in the water.
You're a very confusing creature.
If, as you indicate, only those of warm-blooded persuasion are affected by this controlling influence, it would not be a good idea to allow it to fall into the wrong hand.
Arth doesn't know that Bucket is a squirrel.
He does. He saw Bucket outside of the shell.
No, he didn't. He was down a side alley when that happened.
You were snacking on a dude, you don't know.
Fair point.
The kobolds do.
His point still stands, though. It would not be a good idea for this to fall into the wrong hand.
That is a wise assumption. I will keep it on my person for now.
If we can find a way to destroy it, that would be most egregious.
Magical items are notoriously difficult to destroy. We may need another magical item, or divine intervention. Until then, we shall keep it secret. We shall keep it safe.
Sound reasoning.
Nicola, you've already got a point of inspiration, but damn it, take another one. and take 2d6 psychic damage. Nah, I'm joking. But anyway.
Your bucket collapses to the ground. A dead squirrel rolls out of his head.
So, it takes you... I'm so sorry, please continue.
A bucket will scoop up little Lucy, his little charge, and march off into the forest after making sure that the other two little bulls are okay.
Okay. So, as we spend a couple of hours heading through the jungle back north towards the city of Port Nyanzaru, was there anything else you wanted to do before we reached there? Okay.
No.
So,
Nope.
it takes you, I would say, an hour or two now that the most of the really aggressive nature seems to have calmed its tits, shall we say. But you eventually find yourselves back at the beginnings of the trees begin to thin, the ground begins to get a little more rocky, and you actually begin to see the choking vines that had covered several buildings literally just rotting and falling away as you see more and more people as you get into the beginning of the canyon that is Malars Throat. Eventually, you find the Tabaxi Druid, Screaming Wind. She looks to you all and says, you have returned, and you brought someone with you. Yes, I met the man earlier, the man whose name the dungeon master has forgotten because he has slept since then and his notes are crap. Yes.
Well, the Khajiit was very shaken.
Yes, he was, Khajiit, very shaken.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do you or anyone you know understand Celestial?
Celestial. A language of gods and the religious? No, it is not my skill set, but I might know someone who does. Why do you ask?
Taff is going to try and draw on the ground with his claw the writing in Celestial.
Give me a history check.
We probably
one
should have made a rubbing.
1 second. Has my character sheet closed itself for some reason?
Not a problem. Happens all the time. I also say, and you know what? An 18. That's not bad. So you're writing out the Celestial.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Screaming Wind's gonna take a look at that. Just like it means nothing to me, but there is a priest further in the valley below. He might have some knowledge. You've actually really stumped the DM here because I'm going in a completely different direction than I'd prepared for. You swine, you devil. You clever boy. Let me just see if I've got what I need for this guy set up already. Okay. Okay. We'll be doing Theatre of the Mind at the moment, but yes, yeah, there is, I do not know if it's available right now, but, is this time sensitive, or what does this have to do with anything?
We have time to spare.
Right, I will be in touch with them, and when the Dungeon Master has the map ready, we can go to that scene. But, you have done well, thank you, and, I am a woman of my word. This is for you. She is going to give you, as a group, as agreed, 50 gold pieces. She is also going to, amongst you, to share 1 potion of poison resistance. Would have been nice to have earlier. An uncommon healing potion. And that is it.
Okay, I reckon one of the little bulls, well, some of the bulls should have the healing potions. But then again, Tarth is our tank, so 1 to Tarth, 1 to the little bulls, unless
yes.
anyone has any objections. And that would be 10 gold pieces each.
So it's a lesser healing potion.
Mm-hmm. 1 lesser healing potion for you.
And
And the
ignore
dude's name
coin
was
weight,
Ashen
please.
Rock. It took me about 15 minutes, but I found it eventually. Was there... What was causing all this? The Pterrorfolk, why were they doing this?
Tarth is going to explain that they found a group of Grung at a dais. They seem to have been instructed to sacrifice things to the dais and to the pendant on top, which he's not going to take out. He's going to make sure it's left out of sight. And
Well, I have that in my bag of holding, so...
He's basically going to tell Wind everything.
Okay, okay. She looks like she's processing the information. So the Pterrorfolk were being controlled by the Grung. The Grung were using this amulet to mind control the Pterrorfolk to feed the people to the forest.
I suspect as such. That is why I bring up the Celestial. I regrettably cannot read this language myself.
I will... She actually does take out a brief, like basically the equivalent of a notepad, some scratch paper, and she is actually marking the notes, the marks you have made in the dirt. She is actually making a note, and she is going to be doing some investigation herself. I will find out more of this. This amulet, you have it on you?
Yes, it is being kept safe.
My first instinct would be to destroy it, but until we know what it is, we do not want to do that.
Believe me, I had the same idea.
That is the consensus, yes.
This is not the first time I have heard of some artifact. There's some strange things going on further into the city recently. I know of a man who is researching pendants and artifacts that have been causing problems of late. You need to speak to Soggy Ren at the well, he will be in pretty much any tavern, but he is human. You will find him at this point in the day, probably within the Thundering Lizard. Book it for the record. You would remember the Thundering Lizard is the tavern where your associates are currently recovering from their very, very, very bad journey. So, you might want to check in with him. I do know that there is one of our other associates has been having some problems with the smugglers in the market. That might be something worth checking into. But in the meantime, I will do some research and I will get back to you in regards to this translation. In the meantime, if you need it and to get away from the city, you are always welcome in Malars Throat. I will ensure the people protect you as best I can.
Thank you.
Be well. And she is going to slink off. So, what would you all like to do?
Probably enough time has elapsed that we will be able to safely enter the city. I should probably return Lucy to the prince.
That would be a good idea.
I would say this, just for the record, technically all of this happened within the space of one day. It's been about six months or so since we had that session, but I would say you got the impression that Trade Prince Wakanga was very keen for Lucy to spend an extended amount of time away from him.
Oh, okay.
An extended amount of time. But
Did he just dump his hyperactive child on me and fuck off?
yes. No. He's where he's always going to be, in his mansion. He told you to fuck off. But with a prerequisite.
Basically, here, go play in traffic.
Yeah. But if you get hit, if anything happens to them, I will destroy you. Because I run the city.
Hello?
Welcome to Chult.
Then, rewind. I should probably return to my lodgings then. I feel a extended rest period is called for.
That would be a good idea.
Bucket's gonna turn and look at the other two little kobolds. Would you like to join me for a drink and a meal?
They're banging in the forest, probably.
Oh, kobolds. Insatiable.
Well, unless we hear otherwise, we'll assume that Pink and Bold are nearby. But yes, so you guys are going to make your way further north. That is the wrong map. Can I please get the Port Nyanzaru map? Yes, I can. Okay. So, you find yourselves back here, heading north through Malars Throat. The further up you get, as things start to, as the incline gets higher and higher, you notice, more and more expensive looking buildings. There's like various temples that seem to be, built as you're making your way through. But eventually, you get yourselves to the front gate. I would like everybody to give me a general charisma check as you're just casually strolling by the city guard. Okay. And I would like one from Cream and yes. Oh dear.
Some Tarth washed himself off at some point.
You assume that. You assume that. And can I get a charisma check from Rolder, please? Not a problem, it's all good. But I would say you get a little bit. Tarth, you do get a few looks from the guards, because you are a very tall, very meaty lizard man. But this is nothing unusual. By and large, the group as a whole, you don't have much of, you don't have much issue getting in, but they do seem to be paying attention to the big, scary lizard man. So, we find ourselves within the city of Port Nyanzaru proper, and you are heading to the Thundering Lizard. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. Okay. So, making your way uptown, walking slow, avoiding guards. You eventually find yourselves. Yes. You find yourselves at the Thundering Lizard Tavern, slightly more low rent compared to the places where Pink and Bold would usually perform. However, this has been the place where the survivors of the Brazen Pegasus have been hanging out for the past few days. I would say after a little bit of time, you briefly touch base with Risk and the other members of your group who are still recovering to bring them up to speed on what's going on. You inquire about this individual named Soggy Ren until you are pointed to this gentleman in the top balcony, just enjoying a drink overlooking the throng below. As he's having a drink, he sort of like looks over to you all and gives you a very watery, bleary-eyed smile. Hello, Ducky. Do you want a drink? Pull up a chair. What do you do?
Where are we on this map?
You are right here. I
Oh, there we are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let me ping you again.
I got it.
Yep. It's a big map. Give me a dexterity save to not destroy the chair. I'm joking. I'm joking. So, a little cat tells me you've got something to talk about. Do tell. Accessorizing with jewelry.
I'm not sure what you are implying.
I'm talking about the weird frog people that are trying to mind control pterodactyls to attack people, and the little item that they were playing around with in your pocket over there. Oh, I'm so sorry. He sort of like squints. Bag of holding. Nice work, by the way. Is that custom?
Yes, I am rather proud of it. Also, how could you see that? It is inside my chest cavity.
I can see many things. This is a great drink. And he just like downs this this really like thick, syrupy brown liquid. Slams it on the
Peanut is
table.
going to tentatively raise a paw and just gently wave a paw inside Bucket's head to see if he reacts.
My question to you is, Peanut is wearing, so this is behind the scenes, so Peanut is wearing a collar, but Peanut herself is not magical, is that correct?
Well, she does have the ability to cast magical spells, but she is wearing a ring of magic mouth to sound like a large robot person.
I would say this, as you're doing that, he sort of like squints a little and he's looking in your general direction.
Just gonna point out he can probably see Taft's blood, given the nature of a blood hunter.
Okay. Yeah. It's very shiny. Very interesting. But yeah. No, I hear that you have been playing around with some tadpoles, and you saved some people. You did some good things. You got rid of some meanies, some stinkers, and we like that here. So thank you. You're doing a good impression so far. But I was wondering if you were interested in helping out a little bit further. You're more than welcome to say no, of course. It's a free country.
What do you have in mind?
Well, a friend of mine, he's currently... By the way, I didn't intend this accent, but we're here now, so let's just live with it. Well, a friend of mine, he works for... I mean, they're all very serious. They call themselves the Lord's Alliance. He is dealing with a local problem, smugglers, and a little bird tells me that these two problems might overlap slightly.
I have one question.
Do tell, big boy.
Is the mark of a mask involved?
Give me a perception check, if you'd be so kind.
Okay, perception.
You don't really read anything off him. It's just, again, slightly, actually very Jack Sparrow-esque drunk sort of presentation here, as, you know, he picks up another drink and just, he doesn't seem to react to what he's saying. He's like, sorry, I have no idea what you're saying. Hey, try one of these. This is lovely. It's called a daiquiri.
The name Kara shouldn't mean anything to you.
Might do, yes. Hunter of Blood, Old Celestial. Very rare, certainly even here. But some people think this is the birthplace of blood magic. Sorry, were you trying to impress me? That's so sweet. Oh, here, no. You want to impress me? Try one of these.
I prefer to maintain a clear head.
Sport. He just turns his chair slightly and he's like completely ignoring Tarth now as he's talking to the rest of y'all. So, I've got a friend, he's in the marketplace, and he's looking to get some help with smugglers. I think that if you're interested in finding out more about your new accessory, you should have a little chat with him and see where things go.
That is a possibility.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were leading up to something there. I didn't quite catch.
No, just commenting.
Okay. But yeah, anything I can do for you? Anything else? Any service I can provide? Oh, I've not had a proper introduction. My apologies. My name's Ren, but my friends call me Soggy because I like myself a good drink and a good time. And I suppose you could consider me local colour, the local face of a little group. We like to call ourselves the Harpers.
See.
Yeah.
Bucket is aware of the Harpers after spending time in Waterdeep, right?
Yeah, the long and the short of it, for those of us who aren't aware, the Harpers are one of the major factions along the Sword Coast. Where we are at the moment in terms of the setting, we are very far away from the Sword Coast, but the major factions do have a tendency on having at least a representative lurking in far and distant lands. To see if they can like sort of drum up support, build up their own version of the branch, that kind of thing.
I see. If you are with Harpers, then we have a common foe.
Oh, I'd hope so. Do you want to be a bit more specific, though, darling?
Serpents and eyes, I believe, should suffice.
You'd think that, but you should know, since, I mean, these two lads have been here a while, pointing to Pink and Bold, but the rest of you all wouldn't be quite aware of this. 90% of the guards in this city are owned and paid for by a little group we in the Sword Coast know as a Zentarum. Which is fine. We get on. It's, I think it's a little more chill down here. They kind of don't bother us, we don't bother them so much. It's more, nice little equilibrium. We don't really get into each other's business too much. What's going on up north and everything, that's politics that we're not involved with.
Yet.
Hopefully not, but yes, things change.
You do know organizations of the Zentarum will covertly expand until they can overtly seize power.
I'll be honest, my friend, they already have pretty much here. They own half the city. Again, most of the city.
Let's just say I've had to gut more than a few Zentarum on order.
Well, that's nice to know, but you probably don't want to be doing that here, unless you're very good at getting away, which another little bird tells me you are good at. A little bit of pirate
you
trouble.
often encounter talking birds.
Give me a persuasion check. I'd say with advantage because this guy loves to show off. He just sort of like gestures over the balcony, not looking at you, does a little whistle, and after a second you see a brightly covered parrot just sort of perch on its shoulder. And then just flap off again.
I see. That was not... Never mind.
My instructions are to protect the individuals working here at the auspices of your organization.
Oh, that's good to know then. Well, we're all on the same side, isn't that lovely? So, as I say, you don't have to follow this thread. You can do whatever you want. You are a free agent. It is a free country, at least a free city. You get outside those walls, though, I think you've already seen things tell a bit of a different story. It's very dangerous out there without friends.
The frogs are mean.
That they are. Little green baggers, a lot of them. Misery gats.
I have been sent here for a reason other than protecting them. Let's just say the second a deity became involved, it became my business.
Would you like to... I would say this. He looks back to you again now with a bit more attention. Would you like to make that any more vague?
You said yourself, hunters of blood.
I am just going to roll a single d20. Not quite following you there, son, but okay. Look, let me put it to you this way.
He's gonna just smirk and just go, Ilum Tabu.
Gesundheit. Anyway, I would say this. You can tell that he knows what you're saying. He's just going to no-sell it. You know, he's just going to sandbag whatever you're trying to do there. But he's basically going to, you know, suggest a few courses of action that you can take, but at the end of the day, the city is yours. For the moment, nobody's looking for you. You haven't started any fires or anything. You've not eaten anybody that mattered. So it is the city of Port Nyanzaru is entirely up to you. You do have some avenues you can go down. If you want to just bumble around a bit, you can do that too, but he does seem very interested in finding out a little more about the artifact that you have acquired.
Found my old notes, by the way. I now know I remember what Bucket's deal with the prince was. If he looked after Lucy, he was going to allow Bucket into his library with the rare texts. To help try and find what he's looking for.
Yes.
Sorry, I interrupted. Go ahead, Tarth.
I suggest we render assistance to this Lord's Alliance representative.
Okay. So, any dissenting voices before we move to the next location? I would say this: if you guys are really shattered and battered now in terms of like your characters, you can take the night and go fresh in the morning. If you wanted to take a long rest.
How are the little kobolds doing in the realm of spell slots?
I used 2, so I have 2 more.
Okay. What about Rolder?
I see he has become distracted.
That is
How many
absolutely
spells
fine.
did you use, hon? You remember? Yeah. Oh, I only have 1 more spell. We have 3 at level 1.
Yeah.
So I would recommend probably spending the night, because it is probably late at this stage anyway.
That's fair enough.
You're muted, hon.
No. Sorry. Yeah, I only have 1 more level 1 spell.
Okay. So it is up to you if you wanted to proceed now, or you wanted to rest up, take the rest of the night, and then go first thing in the morning to see what this individual wanted of you. It's entirely up to the group.
Tav is
I
going to
say we-
recommend resting.
Yeah,
That's
say
a
we
good
rest.
Okay, so as I said earlier, the Thundering Lizard is one of the more rough and tumble establishments in Chult. It is the #1 place to go for, you know, adventurers on a budget. There's all kinds of folk here. But it's not dingy by any means. It's very lively, plenty of noise, plenty of colour. And you guys have a fairly decent evening's meal, in spite of the fact that it is no way near as nice as the place where Pink and Bold would usually make residence. Did you want to try and get free rooms for the evening by performing, or did you just want to keep a low profile?
I mean, people already know us, so
You are known figures.
we could do a performance for the tavern and earn ourselves a free stay.
Okay.
Damn it.
Say,
Oh, shit roll for me. Maybe you can make it better.
a quick question: is the
Yes.
meat on the bone?
The meat is on the bone, yes.
In that case, Tav is going to try and make some more darts.
Yeah, I will allow that. I think that's pretty good.
Just one.
Bone would be very fragile, though.
That's what it says in the thingy.
Fair enough.
I shall just ping it again. 1 second.
What rolled it? Oh, made a performance roll.
But yeah, I would say this. Oh, 6 and a 9. So describe to us what kind of performance Pink and Bold would usually do.
Song and dance.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the dancer. I'm the musician.
Okay. I would say through the evening you basically you try and put on a decent show, but it's been one hell of a freaking day. You're battered, you're sore, you're a little bit run down. I will actually relocate you all to this location real fast. We'll put you down on the stage proper. Bear with me a moment. Many moving pieces. Why are you like this? There we go. And you're suddenly in the kitchen. No. And let's just...
Hey, Bart's gotta eat.
Yeah. I will bring you all over here. As while you, both of you are on the stage, I would say Bucket. I would say Bucket is going to be the only one to notice this. Would you please give me a history check?
That one.
16. Okay. As you are just chilling out, let's kick these people off. Let's kick these people off the table there.
Tarth walks towards the table and they scarper.
They do. I would say you notice over here, this individual, he looks very familiar. And it takes you a minute where you're like, where have I seen that? Holy shit, that's Volo. That's the guy that wrote that book that time. And he is just, minding his business, being served by a couple of people. I would say like one or two individuals are hanging around, chatting to him and all that. And you see him signing a book and everything. But yeah, that is the Volothamp Gadam, writer of Volo's Guide to Monsters, among other things.
I'm going to whisper that to his compatriots.
Actually, put
Task's going to tilt his head and try and recall if he's actually heard of Volo.
You know what?
Or what he knows of Volo.
Let's just have a base history real quick. You ain't got dude that wrote a book. You're not really. I mean, not to call Tarth stupid, but you're not much of a book person. But yeah,
I can't say book reading is my forte.
I believe I have browsed his work in the past, but I did not have the funds to purchase and thoroughly read his work at the time.
But yeah, after not the best but not the worst performance, Pink and Bold eventually finished their set. There's a couple of applauses. Hey, not the best reaction, but again, some people actually stopped and were paying attention. It was more that kind of energy where you're in a karaoke bar and everyone's just trying to eat, and then there's these two people who are on stage making noise, but people are too polite to tell them to keep it down. It's that kind of energy, unfortunately. But after you guys finish your set and join the group, you see this gentleman get on stage, and a few more people start to mill around and pay attention. Rather than go through the whole scene, he introduces himself as Volothamp Gadam, the great writer from across the seas, the creator of tales, teller of weaver of webs and all that shit. And he basically explains that he is currently researching his latest book and is looking for, fine, mighty, guides to help assist him on his travels. And he starts listing off some stories that he has heard about Cholt. Places such as the Shrine of the Man in the Crocodile, the Lost City of... Gosh darn it, my brain just blanked on the names. Bear with me a second. The important plot point of Section 4, that garden in Chapter 5, the Lost Gardens of Nangar, the sunken city of Ashau, the weird snake lands of Hisari, the great mazes of Mabala, the lost city of Oralunga. This one, Tarth, I will say, given the nature of your training, you do know Oralunga is listed as one of the oldest holy sites of the Church of the Radiant Abomination. He also lists off the Valley of Embers, the Great Peaks of Flame, and so much more. These are places that I wish to discover, to channel, to record. The most important of all, the ruins of the great city of Mesro. Now, if any of you feel brave enough to join me on these travels, to help document and to finally map this great land, sign-ups are at the desk. Thank you, and good night.
Would Bucket have heard of this in his research?
I would say give me a history check. Ooh, 16 just. The word of... In fact, with a 16, you've heard of Oralunga twice. First of all, you remember that it has cropped up in your research recently when you were going through the library. It was a truly ancient kingdom thousands and thousands of years ago. And at one point was the seat of one of many great empires that, ruled Chult before, like all empires, it was eventually eaten up by the jungle. The reason you know the word Oralunga, though, and the reason you were researching it, is because it is one of the locations that Captain Autumn Swift and Dark mentioned that she was trying to get tabs on when she handed the map of Chult to Risk.
Was one of the areas that my research pointed to?
Yes. Or rather, you were researching that area because Captain Autumn mentioned the fact that she was working on mapping a route to it. And that map is currently in the possession of Risk, the kobold that you travelled with to get here.
I believe this may be an interesting expedition.
It is important that I get to this place.
Yes. I have been researching locating a certain artifact, and that may be in that area.
What is this artifact?
Well, I'm not entirely sure. It may not be an physical object, it may be a spell.
This is an important place to my organization.
It sounds like you and I shall be going. What about our little companions?
TBD.
Kobolds are too busy eating to answer.
Where are we going? I just got back from the bathroom.
Ivrian deep in the jungle.
Let's go.
You want to go on more adventures, Lucy?
Yes.
Excellent. We should probably stop by the prince's mansion and let him know where you're going. Also, I wish to peruse his library very quickly before we go.
Taff is going to try and rack his brain for what he does know about Oralunga.
What you would know. Okay, give me... again, I'm trying to think of something other than history. Either history or religion, whichever would be better for you.
I'll go with religion.
Religion. Okay. As you have been taught by Rhadamanthus, the high priest of the mistress's forces in the island of Chalza, you know that Oralunga was considered to be the crown jewel of the old empire that the Radiant Abomination founded over 10,000 years ago. Within 19, you've spent enough time knowing a little bit more. Oralunga was not created by the Great Abomination. It was in fact a city that was taken. First of all, it was taken by the forces of Shah. The empire that the goddess of entropy had in Chult. And then the Radiant Abomination stepped in and was like, that's mine. And she took it over from Shah. However, before that, it was run by another society. It was part of a very old kingdom that was in play before Shah came into power, before the Abomination. Not many people remember much about it, but you do know that some of the legends spoke of the spirits of these ancient kings and queens residing deep underground. Now, let me just see, actually. Let the storyteller see if I can find a little bit more there. Nope. You may get more information as the storyteller finds his notes. But basically, you would know a little bit more in regards to Oralunga than most. You do know that it is considered a very important place in terms of the history of the Church of the Radiant Abomination, but not many people go there, mainly because most people don't know where it is anymore. However, another little bit of information that you would have picked up is the fact that it has a history. There are stories about it concerning blue flame and a sea of ghosts surrounding it. Time moving in weird ways, echoes of the past and visions of the future colliding. You also believe there to be a ancient oracle that is said to dwell within, who answers any and all questions truthfully and with perfect accuracy. Someone who is all-knowing and all-seeing.
Oralunga is a necropolis now, sitting in a sea of ghosts, its long-dead founder kings haunting beneath its foundations. But it was once the jewel of a mighty empire after it was torn from the Abomination.
Bucket, you have no idea what the Abomination is.
Nope.
I would say none of y'all do.
Probably find something with it, but it had nothing to do with any of these entries, so just skimmed it.
I would say this, yeah, you've on occasion, if you're looking into the ancient history of Chult, the word Abomination may show up every now and then, but since it's such a generic term, you don't know.
The abhorrent one. You call her Shah.
It was not relevant to my research. I did not pay much attention.
This land was once Shah's domain, until Anzilu, the blessed flame, wrested control from her. The mother of all. One second. The mother of all Karashun.
And this is the person you serve.
I serve those who serve. Ilum Tabu, as I said, were designed to hunt deities. Shah is our greatest prey.
I see. So, we are both want to go to this place for our own reasons. And what about our little friends? He's got a turn and look to pink and bold. Do you wish to join us in this endeavor, or would you prefer to stay in the city?
I think there is something we will have to get back to on that question.
That is understandable. The trip will be dangerous. I would not want to encourage you to go if you are not prepared.
First, we must deal with this Lord's Alliance business as well.
Very well. We shall handle that first. I shall speak with Mr. Vulu and express our interest, and we were willing to leave in a few days.
Okay. For the sake of brevity, you have a conversation with Voltham Gadam. He waves
no,
you
I
off.
do not require you to sign my face.
You beat me to it. you beat me to it, son of a bitch. But yeah. Bitch of a son, even. I don't know. But yeah, so the long and the short of it is... Yeah, but anyway.
I have not heard that phrase in a very long time.
Yeah. The long and the short of it is he explains that his hope is that he's going to be off traveling within a space of a couple of weeks. He is basically spending a lot of time and effort trying to research the area, get the best guides, get the best kind of information, and of course the best kind of bodyguards, which would be you guys. So it's basically not going to happen tomorrow or anything like that. However, if you are available in the space of, say, a couple of weeks, and you are still down to assist him, he adds your name to the list of clients or potential assistants. And yeah, you are currently on the to be considered pile.
This Taff is going to be watching this and trying to figure out how it's gone.
I'm sorry, say that one more time, please, sir.
I want to insight to see if Taff needs to go up to make say his piece.
No, he's how would saying your piece make a difference?
He would basically say he has some knowledge of the city.
Okay. Oh, for Oralunga specifically. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Give me a persuasion with advantage.
Persuasion with advantage.
Also, half an hour in, I only just remembered to play the correct sound file for this location.
Gasp. How dare you?
Yes.
Gasp.
Yes. Yeah, he went from mildly curious to very, very interested. So you rattle off a few little factoids about Oralunga. I would say you might even include the name of one of the original kings, which he is absolutely wrapped with attention at that. So let me see. Yes, you mention the name of the first king of Oralunga, King Ayo Kwan, and his eyes just light up. And yeah, he is absolutely going to put you guys on as an absolute definite. So, well done there. Is there anything else you wish to do before the evening draws to a close and you are awakened, refreshed, and renewed?
Not that I can think of.
I think we're good.
Okay, so we find ourselves in the next day in the city of Port Nyanzaru. Sorry, I have no idea why I'm practicing that voice. Can't
Did you
imagine why.
miss your fiery redhead?
I do. But
But no, I'm just visiting my grandma against my will.
oh, you wish it was that. You wish that's
Don't
where she
worry,
was.
Ez will be coming for you soon.
To be fair, Ez would describe his visit to her grandma just to annoy Shah, probably.
So, let me get the scene set up first of all. So,
No, the grandma one is Shawl.
yes, I love that. That's awesome. But yes, so we find ourselves first of all over here, and you've been directed to head west towards the Grand Bazaar, down the main road. It is a fresh day. You are all fully rested. You all have all your hit points and all your spell slots and all those good things taken care of. So, as you are heading towards this location, let the dungeon master refresh his memory. The location here is in a large series of tents. It's basically a gigantic collection of large tents that combine together to make up the marketplace known as the Grand Soak. It is filled with traders from all over the Sword Coast, Kalishar, and beyond. Spices, medicines, plants, dinosaur skulls, claws, tiger pelts, carved ivory, Batari and Grung handiwork, coloured feathers, tropical fruit, monkeys, plesiosaur meat, dogs and cats living together. All of the riches of Cholt can be found here. Mass hysteria too, because it is freaking noisy, as you can hear. So, this location is filled with life and colour, but it is also packed together very tightly. It is even warmer than the outside thanks to the covers. It is a little dark, a little humid, but also you are surrounded by street performers, tabaxi minstrels, and other, noisy, distractions help add to the cacophonous mix. If you were to do any shopping here, for example, you would find pretty much anything that you could desire if you were looking hard enough. However, it would probably be a little bit more expensive than it would be in the Sword Coast, given the location you're in. But if you have any kind of, essential shopping that you all need to do and want to spend some of that gold, this is the location to do it. Before we get to that, however, you head over in the direction that you were told by Soggy Ren, and you find the individual in question, basically a white dude in a full Cholton regalia. He sees you come over and in perfect Cholton greets you and asks you a couple of questions. Now, I'm assuming for the most part, you guys don't actually speak the native language of Cholt. You mainly fall back on Common, yeah?
Yeah.
Taff has a little bit, but not enough to be able to hold a conversation.
Right. I would say that as try as you might, you are having difficulty following this guy. And after a moment, he realizes it's like drops into common, and he's like, foreigners. And for the record, this is a white guy saying this. Well, welcome to my...
Oh, so he's British then?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
No. You're absolutely right to say that, because as he slips
you know
into
those
common...
Brits colonizing everything?
Yeah. That is actually it's a very strong, pronounced Waterdavian accent, which I will decree as British. But basically, he just sort of looks at you all with like, oh, you come over here and you don't speak the language or anything. What can I do for you exactly?
Blink. This foreigner just complained that foreigners are ruining this place.
I am not a foreigner. I have lived and worked here for years, thank you very much. I have absorbed the culture. I am absolutely 100% Chalcum. Thank you very much.
Oh, he's not an immigrant, he's an expat?
Yeah, basically, yes. A very full of himself expat, but eventually he is going to stop being stroppy. My name is Clevin Van Schuren, and I believe I was told to expect your rather colourful group. Yes, you were the ones that Ren was talking about.
That is correct.
So, you're here to help with the smuggling issue, is that correct?
That is correct.
Good. Wonderful. Step into my office if you would be so kind. He basically steps a little bit further into... Again, this is a market stall where there's like 50 odd other market stalls pressed against each other. And the furthest he can get is about like another 5-6 feet before he's... It's like a convention stand almost. You know, where it's like a comic convention or something and it's a bunch of tables next to each other. He basically has you step a little behind the table and come a bit closer, and he tries to lower his voice a little.
Oh, is it like a little alley behind all the artist stalls in Artist Alley?
Yes, basically that. Now, one of my associates have been having some problems with a recent bout of stolen merchandise having been smuggled through the harbour district. Normally it's not that much of a problem, however, it's increased noticeably over the past few days, meaning that local tradespeople, such as myself and my other fellow Charlatans, have been adversely affected. Now, my contacts tell me that there is a particular artifact that is being smuggled into the city. They're using some sort of passage, a secret pathway that leads from the docks in the Tibiki Anchorage to somewhere near the dock area of the harbour district. My associate has provided me with a location of, well, at least one side of this passage. What I need you to do is locate the other side of the passage, preferably through going through it, removing any of these criminal riffraff that you can find, and recovering this artifact for the Lord's Alliance.
May I ask one thing?
Absolutely.
Are any of the crates being taken have the mark of a red mask on them?
So the question that you're asking is, are you checking to see that you're not stepping on your own organization's toes?
More asking if he's going to have to just deal with someone or make an example of them?
Well, let me put it to you this way. Anybody who's smuggling and causing problems for good tradespeople of the city, they won't be missed.
It is more that my organization has no operation in this part of the world, and any of our property being stolen must be dealt with.
Well, if your organization has no trade in this city, then probably you have nothing to worry about. But if you see anything that should belong to your group, that is something your group will have to deal with themselves. All I care about is the disassembly of this smuggling ring.
Good.
Now,
Let us just say that my people take a dim view of our property being taken.
as do I, my dear friend, as do I. Now, in return for your services, I have been authorized to provide a 50 gold piece reward, fairly sizable for a group of your experience. And should you provide a worthwhile service, I cannot guarantee membership into, or rather prestige, of the Lord's Alliance, but if any of you are interested in joining our society, this would certainly suffice to be a audition. So, any questions? No? Delightful. Off you go. Have a good day.
You already told us where the entrance was, right?
He did. The location is somewhere within the southern portion of a location, which I will bring up for you on the map of the city.
I'll say Taff goes, as mentioned, I trust that my methods will be at my discretion.
Well, as long as you don't get caught by the city guard, most of them are Zentarum. And so, unless you have a large amount of money, you might have a problem.
We have had dealings with them before.
Don't we all?
Hey, Davila, will this help me out at all? This is my background. I'm not sure if this actually might affect anything.
Sure. Where am I looking? Is this on Discord?
I sent you an image in Discord.
Okie dokie. Let me just check real quick.
It's just the feature, basically.
Yes, okay. Okay. Yeah, that's good to know. I would say this. You guys would actually know exactly where this back alley is in the Anchorage. It's a location that a lot of the inner city guards try to avoid for the most part. While the main docks, I would say this very quickly, are you guys leaving this area?
I think Bucket will have a quick browse around to see if they can pick up a couple of miscellaneous clockwork parts and small ingots.
Okay.
For repair purposes.
Okay. I will say this. If you wish to buy anything, you are more than welcome to add them to your inventory. However, you need to deduct double the gold amount that they usually go for.
What if I try persuasion?
No.
Oh.
Well, okay. Give me a persuasion check. Let's see what we can do. That unfortunately will not do. The main reason that the materials are double is because Chult is a fairly remote location, and all of the stuff you're buying, by and large, has been imported from places in the Sword Coast. So anything, like in terms of like Chiltern cloth and fabric, the sort of stuff that would be really exotic in the Sword Coast is dirt cheap here. But the inverse is true. So it's basically like going to America and realizing that hobnobs almost cost $5 to $6. You know,
Yeah.
it's
What's a
that kind of
hobnob?
thing. It's a type of cookie, and they're delicious.
They're an oat cookie.
Mmm, they are
Learned something
delicious.
today.
But yes, as we head out into the city of Port Nyanzaru properly, well, that is way quieter than expected. But anyway, this is the area known as Tibiki Anchorage. Now, Cream and Rhoda would know this very well. This location is used pretty much exclusively by smugglers. The city guard, quote unquote, they only stay within the walls of the city proper, and the main port to the northern mouth of the city. That is the most documented and heavily regulated area. However, the anchorage over here is a lot more freeform and open. Now, the Zentarum have a fairly big presence here, but they're not the only group that makes use of it. Other organizations, such as... Let me just get my notes. Other organizations, such as... the people whose names have... Yeah, there's a few groups. You do know, like, the occasional smuggler, maybe a pirate or two. Members of the Trident, perhaps, would tend to dock here and, trade various goods. Further down as well, you also know are the dinosaur pens. That would be in this section here. But the location that you guys were told about, this is a specific area down here. It's a behind one of the smaller taverns, known as the Shady Candle Tavern. The location you're trying to get to is basically part of the alleyway behind there. So, rather than go down the main road and risk being spotted with your background, you would be able to lead the rest of the group to a slightly more safe, passageway through. So let me just put your thing over here. So many
Yay for
layers.
random urgent background.
Yay, random urchins. So, was there anything else you wished to do before we began this little endeavor?
What I can think of.
Okay. Now, my question to you all is, are you going in loud? Are you going in quiet?
I do not believe I will be very helpful quietly.
Okay. So, I would say you, Rhoda and Tertra, you would know that the location that was pointed out to you is going to be behind this building here. At the moment, you are out of sight of anybody in the area. So I am going to allow you to position yourselves and make whatever readied actions you would like.
Before that,
Yes, sir.
Taff is going to go, allow me to be the vanguard.
Very well.
I want to charm person the first thing I see.
Okay.
He's going to get
4 combat stars before they have that advantage.
he's going to position himself to be just on the. I'm assuming this is like a veranda sort of thing.
Yes, you're just underneath it. Yeah.
Right. He's going to very carefully peek around the corner.
Okay, so let me bring up this individual's character sheet and let me give him a perception check. So or rather, it would be passive perception. Yeah, at the moment, it looks like this individual has not noticed you. So,
Taff is going to take a slight step back to make sure he's still in cover and indicate to the others he could see. Yeah, he could. Could you see the second guy as well?
yes. If you can see, if the player can see them, you can. Your character can see them.
He basically indicates 2 people down the alley.
Okay.
Yes, here's my stealth roll, which I guess I'm just gonna be a god at stealth all of a sudden.
Delicious.
Sneak up by.
You could be right next to
Tarf.
him. You'll be right next to him if
And-
you want.
Well, because the camera's all weird, I think I was only giving me Specky's view. I can't actually see around the
Oh
corner.
no. Bear with me
Yeah,
a moment.
it's
Let me
locked
just.
in Specky's.
Oh, I'm sorry. Give me 2 seconds. Let me just check the. Oh, your character doesn't. Your token didn't have any vision for some reason. I'm sorry. There we go. There we go. That should work now. How's that?
Okay, so now I should be able to charm one of those people. Yes.
Okay. I would say this with that 20 roll. I would have you literally, as long as you're not within 5 feet of them, you could be anywhere you want. You are the knight.
I think I still need like line of sight.
Okay. So you're hanging around there.
Yeah, see within range. Okay.
Yes. Okie dokie.
So, charm a person.
Okay, this one. All
Attempting
right.
to charm the person.
And they need to make a wisdom saving throw, is it?
Yes.
Or charisma? Oh, wisdom saving throw. Okay. I would say this, you would know this. This individual here is now considered charmed.
Oh. If his friend moves, he's just gonna freak out and attack him.
Well, here's the thing. When it comes to charming...
Actually, yeah, it wouldn't do anything until it actually, like, unless the other creature attacked me.
Yeah, it's like he
They're
would...
just my friendly. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well,
Yeah,
at least I have a friendly. I have a buddy. I can do more in combat, guys. We have an
Yay.
extra.
You have a summon.
Technically.
Okay then. So, anything else?
And I told Toth which one. Like, don't attack the one with the blue shirt.
Taff will not.
If they have colored shirts, I don't know.
You know what? Now he does. He has most of them are shirtless because it's chill and it's freaking warm. But he's got a blue sash on. He's also very, very ripped. Most of them actually look like Idris Elba for some reason. But like a younger, more attractive version. As if that was possible.
Hey, I was gonna say.
No. He's attractive no matter the age, but a young Idris Elba. So,
We didn't really have rounds, but I'm just gonna say I'm good. That's all I'm doing.
okay. Rolder, is there anything you'd like to do? Lucy at the moment is currently feeding one of her, one of the many little creatures that she has in her pockets, and she's kind of not paying attention. Because my beautiful wife is actually feeding our pet dog, so.
See, it's hard to concentrate on the game when there's your big doggo in your face.
Yes, it is.
Mother,
Hi, beautiful.
Fire feed. Give me mother, please.
Meanwhile, I have a small kitten who's getting brushed. Haha.
So, was there anywhere you wanted to be?
I don't know. I'll be honest. I kind of lost the plot a little bit.
That's fair enough. Well, it's all good. We'll wrap up shortly. So,
ambush some meanies.
Yes, we're about to ambush some meanies. So, my question to the group is, do you want to attempt to breach the passageway and then call it, or do you want to call it for now?
I believe calling it before we start shit would probably be the best idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, next Friday, we will find out how this little plan is going to go then. So, we'll leave things there for now. A very little, just before things are about to kick off, and you have at least a reasonable plan. What could possibly go wrong?
Everything.
All
My
of it.
companion gets attacked, and the whole process. There's just one thing
Yep.
amongst many.
Well, look at it this way. Nobody died.
Yeah. And bear in mind, you have a very large lizard with two very sharp, soon-to-be fiery axes at his disposal.
I mean, it's not like I want you to burn through all of your abilities at the first part of this. You don't know how long it's going to be, gauntlet. You don't know what's around the corner. You don't know how many of these guys there are. You don't know what they're carrying. So much. But yes, that was our most recent episode of Tomb of the Abomination. And did we enjoy ourselves?
Very much so.
Good, good. Any questions, comments, thoughts, or theories?
Things are gonna go wrong.
I mean, it's D&D. That's what happens.
True. I have a feeling that there's something a little bit more than a Zenithar operation in this place.
Oh dear.
And we learned a little bit about Tarth and, what master do you serve? What are you supposed to say, Jesus?
Well, she thinks herself as it.
She certainly does, yes. So we learned a little bit about the Radiant Abomination, and I'll actually bring the map back up 1 second. Yes, it does. It isn't actually on Automay's map, but if memory serves, Automay did mention that Oralunga was somewhere visible from the peninsula of Mabala. So, that might be the next course of action. Once you guys have taken care of this weird little amulet thing that's going on.
Love how
Since
the
we're not
overall
exactly-
map. Oh, sorry, go on.
Since we're not exactly doing anything, the reason why I said particularly would get back on that question is I'm sure Tertron rollout would probably go consult what's her name first.
Quayothe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Memory just
Yeah.
more names escape me. But
It's
yes,
been
like all of them.
6 months. It's been 6 months,
Yes,
so don't
but I
worry
figured
about
we
it
would
yet.
probably go consult her before we go on some mission out of the city that far.
Yeah, yeah. Because
It's like, we don't have an answer for you. I had to go consult somebody.
yeah, I would say this as well. If you want, and we can bring that up in the next session. But if you want, we could basically, if you wanted to have spoken to him the previous night, she would have. She would have basically said something along the lines of, keep an eye on them. This sounds interesting. Just make sure I find out before anybody else does.
But a quick reminder was that the reason Bolt got in with the Trade Prince was because he wanted to access his rare texts to help him locate this rare object/spell that he needs. So he's probably going to make good on that before he leaves. It's like, hey, Lucy had fun. Can I look at your books now? Because I have a feeling that the research is going to lead me in this direction.
It's a possibility. Anything's possible. But yeah, this, as you see on the screens, this is the land of Chult. This is the map that Autome had. And you guys have basically, in the adventure that you had today, you basically traveled 1 hex down, and that was it.
Better gear up on lots and lots of supplies.
Oh yes, Chult is a big and dangerous place. It's gonna be fun.
I was going to buy what was basically the equivalent of another set of Tinker's tools for the spare parts, but with a markup. But Bucket couldn't afford that, so he opted not to.
Yeah.
Do you have to consult the D&D gods with something first and then get back to you, Dennis? But
Yes.
I've got a little bit of a plan.
Oh, do you now?
Yes.
Do you indeed?
It's all a question of how much of it you would allow.
Yes, it is. I'm very curious. You're more than welcome to say it while we're still on stream if you want.
No,
I'm
keeping it secret.
Okay, fair enough. But yes, unless anyone has any other questions or so on and so forth, we shall draw this session to a close for now. So, thank you each and every one of you for joining us tonight. It has been a genuine pleasure as always, and we will be back next Friday for episode 4 of City on the Edge. Music provided through Sirenscape. All the art assets have either been made, like the map here, were cobbled together by me, or basically picked up from the Tomb of Annihilation subreddit. I don't claim ownership of any of that stuff. That was all found from there. So a big thanks to everyone on that subreddit for helping put all this together. It's an amazing resource, and I truly do recommend it if you guys are ever thinking of running this campaign yourself. With that having been said, be good to yourselves and see you all next Friday. Good night, everyone, and sleep well. And